Every gardener knows the sinking feeling of looking at a patch of soil that seems lifeless. No sprouts, no worms, no smell of healthy earth, just compacted dirt that feels dead. That was exactly the state of my garden not long ago. It looked as though nothing could bring it back to life. But I stumbled on a natural method that not only revived the soil, but attracted thousands of worms in just 3 days. These worms didn't just appear, they transformed my garden into a thriving ecosystem. The secret lies in understanding what worms want. Worms are nature's soil engineers, but they won't stay in an environment that doesn't meet their needs. They crave moisture, organic matter, and a safe space to work. Dead soil is usually missing all three, which is why you can dig and never see a single worm. To change that, I poured a homemade mixture into my garden that acted like a magnet for worms. The base of this mix is starch-rich water, the leftover water from rinsing or cooking rice. It's full of microscopic food particles and simple carbohydrates. To worms, this is like laying out a buffet. When you pour rice water onto your soil, you're not just feeding worms directly, you're feeding the beneficial microbes that worms follow. These microbes multiply rapidly, breaking down organic matter and creating a food-rich environment. Worms sense that microbial activity and swarm toward it. But rice water alone wasn't enough to revive truly dead soil, so I combined it with compost tea. Compost tea is made by steeping well-finished compost in water, sometimes with a splash of molasses to encourage microbial growth. This dark, nutrient-rich liquid carries billions of beneficial bacteria and fungi. When poured into depleted soil, compost tea jump-starts life, and when paired with rice water, the effect is explosive. Within days, the soil comes alive with microbial activity, exactly the signal worms are waiting for. So to make the mixture, I poured 1 liter of rice rinse water into a 5-gallon bucket and, filled the rest with compost tea. After giving it a good stir, I let it sit overnight so the microbes could multiply even more. The next morning, I poured the mixture evenly over the lifeless soil. Then, I covered the area with a thin layer of shredded leaves and straw, just to keep the soil moist and give worms a reason to stay once they arrived. What happened next honestly shocked me. On the first day, nothing seemed different at all, but by the second day, I noticed small burrows and fresh castings dotting the surface. By day 3, when I gently lifted back the mulch, I saw worms wriggling everywhere. The soil that had once seemed like concrete now smelled earthy and rich. The worms weren't just a pleasant sight, they were doing hard work. As they burrowed, they aerated the soil, making room for roots to breathe. Their castings added nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in plant-available forms. Within weeks, plants that had previously struggled began to green up, and seedlings grew faster than I had ever seen. What amazed me most was how simple and affordable this solution was. No expensive fertilizers, no complicated equipment, just rice water, compost tea, and mulch. Nature took care of the rest. Worms are opportunists, and when you give them the right conditions, they come in droves. If your garden looks dead, don't give up. Instead, think of it as waiting for life to be invited back. By feeding the soil with microbial-rich liquids and protecting it with mulch, you're not just adding worms, you're creating a self-sustaining ecosystem. And once worms move in, they don't just visit. They stay, breed, and multiply, making your soil healthier with each passing season. So the next time your garden feels hopeless, try this simple method. Pour rice water and compost tea into your soil, cover it with organic matter, and wait. In just a few days, you might be as shocked as I was. Watching thousands of worms show up, ready to transform your dead dirt into living soil that supports a thriving garden.